Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday night. It is a beautiful October 5th, 2022. We are broadcasting to you live from Studio 64. It is another tremendous episode of the Unforced Errors podcast, brought to you tonight by our friends at Live Solar, the best at solar installs in the New York City area. Check them out today at livesolar.nyc. And now, please welcome your hosts, Kate and Jerry. Nobody cares.
What's up?
Hey, welcome to another episode of Unforced Errors. We are in week 5. Can you believe it's already week 5?
I can.
I'm like already starting to get sad.
I can.
I
need to turn around.
Why? What happened to you?
I don't know. I need like the seasons change. I need like my betting luck to change a little bit. Or for NFL games to end after 3 quarters, because then I'd be doing great. But if that's not going to happen, I need some kind of change. All my teams, 3 quarters, and that's it. 4th quarter collapses.
They didn't even do it during the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
All right. Let's recap.
Oh, jeez. All right. So what are we going to recap? Last week?
So we had the Bills and the Ravens, and that was sad.
Well, the Ravens...
They're a good team.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, they are a good team, and I think someone's going to have to give
It was a good
money,
battle, but I also feel like, don't you think Josh Allen's gotten a little, like, overconfident?
He's doing some commercials now. I see him doing it.
Tostitos is going to ruin his life.
It's going to happen, yeah. I mean...
I knew as soon as I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt in that commercial because he didn't actually, like...
And your boy Diggs sucked. I had him. He had, 10 points.
I mean...
You know, could only go on at the party.
I'm not going to blame Diggs. I'm not going to blame Diggs.
It's hard to predict. It's hard to predict the NFL this year. Nothing really comes up the way it's supposed to.
Well, it's just like the quarterbacks are like, it's like old veterans versus like the sophomore class.
And
yeah,
the freshman class. Don't forget about my boy in Pittsburgh.
We'll get to that. Don't worry.
Anyway, so the Bills and Lions. I don't know how. I mean, the Rams and Lions.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm saying the Bills.
The Bills played the Ravens side.
Yes, and the Ravens blew that game, obviously. We all saw that happen.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was I hate those kinds of endings. I don't like a field goal ending ever.
No, but, well, yeah. But
well, not like, not when it was like.
There weren't that many crazy things last week. I mean, they were like signs of a little bit more normal NFL. Like the Bengals start to look like they were in the Super Bowl last year. Some teams are starting to play better.
Okay, but let's just focus on the drama.
Okay.
So the Rams look pitiful. Like, that is a classic, like, you come from Detroit and go to L.A. and, like, you're just, I mean.
Like a one-hit wonder. Like, he literally, he got, like, one.
You blew a dude.
One movie is hit, and you never hear from him
The
again.
Rams will not be good this year. Like, I'm done on the Rams. Like, they're not, I like, McVay looks stupid on the sideline. Like, I just don't like them at all, L.A. teams. But I do love the Lions.
Stafford is like, he's like the Shia LaBeouf of Hollywood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had his time. It's just all over, it looks like. How'd
you get this Shia LaBeouf?
Because I watched the movie with him.
Also, Shia LaBeouf is funny.
You know who I'm talking about.
I just think that the Lions couldn't have done better in the offseason showing right now.
Listen, the Lions are playing great offensively. They just can't stop anybody.
Yeah, but that makes for great DFS.
Yeah,
but
it does. It makes for good stuff. Exactly. I mean, I didn't have them last week because who would have thought that they had everybody out and they still kicked ass.
They were missing. Well, they were playing the Seahawks, but.
Well, Jared Goff, maybe he's maybe he's the real deal.
I guess we'll find out this week for sure. This is like the ultimate. Like, is it a hack for DFS to just always play the Lions game, or did they just get lucky with their schedule because they were the worst team?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, all right, but nothing else really. I mean, my team Steelers. We saw the debut of my boy.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's always tough, it's your first game. But what I like is that the way the team was happy that he came in the game. So obviously he's got the clubhouse. He's he's got the locker room, whatever. We'll see what happens. I didn't expect anything better than 7-10 this year anyway from Pittsburgh. So.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't get hurt, I'm happy with what's going on. As soon as we fire McKenna.
Yeah, but what about your boy? On the opposite side, you had Zach Wilson.
He looked like a Mormon that was fucking his mother's friend. No, he looked good. He looked good. He looked good, and he definitely.
Yeah, he definitely didn't pay via an airliner to get on the jets.
he didn't look. You can't knock the guy. He looked good. He won the game. He won the game. He did what he had to do. He won.
I do love a trick play.
Yeah, and of course, what's his name? Hurt again. As per standard, Tyrod Taylor.
Oh my God.
Guy cannot stay healthy. It's every year.
No, but I wish there was a line on that in Vegas.
I'm sure
of like
you could probably get it somewhere.
It's like, will Tyrod Taylor play more than 2 games this season?
No. No, he will not. No, he will not. All right, let's jump into this week.
Okay.
Because this week we do have some good matchups. I mean,
we have some good matchups. Thursday night is not one of them. I mean, as a matchup, I guess it's interesting, but as a person who has to watch this game, it's like, this is killing me already.
This is the NFL's ego and them getting greedy. Because they know now there's 300 million degenerate American gamblers who will watch anything you put on TV. So if you're going to put one game on TV, it doesn't matter who it is. They're going to watch it.
Roger Goodell is a troll. He's just trolling his audience.
He's literally like, I know you're going to watch it. I know you're going to do a DraftKings lineup.
I feel like I'm in
Here's the shittiest game of the week, and now you have to watch it.
I feel like I'm in a Saw movie as an NFL.
I mean, it's true. It's brutal that we have to watch these matchups, and there's no way they could have thought. I mean, maybe you might have thought this was a good matchup.
Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan.
Yeah, but they're both losers. But
it is in Denver though, so maybe it'll be.
But speaking of this game now, from a DFS, because this is going to be the single game. This is like going to be a single lineup. I'm leaning really big on Hines being my captain.
Shkel friggin' surprise. Tell us about Hines, Jerry.
Well, I mean, a lot of it depends on if Taylor plays or not.
Right.
If Taylor doesn't play.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, it's a lot.
We could see a really big. Because he catches passes, he does the whole thing. He's been getting a lot of touches lately.
Denver's a little big. I'm leaning more towards somebody like Sutton or like even Jerry Jeudy, depending on like.
Maybe I don't know. Russell Wilson he looks like Tyrod Taylor without getting injured.
I know,
like,
but I feel like
he sucks.
I agree, but I'm still like holding out that little bit of hope, and he's back in Denver, and like it's, I think, decent football weather, and like.
I think this is a game you take Hines, a couple of field goal kickers, maybe a defense.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I do believe in the under here, but I don't. And also, you're without Javonte Williams.
I know.
Which is a real bummer. But maybe Gordon isn't past his prime.
Yeah, you never know. You never know what Gordon can do. Probably has a couple good games left in him. Might as well blow it out.
I still think that the Colts did shut down Mahomes pretty well last week, but that could have just been like a KC fluke. Or like, do the Colts, have they switched up their defense to be...
Well, I mean, they had a decent defense last year.
Well, their defense, I think, has always been, as I said, a pass funnel defense where you have to throw. But it's like if Mahomes can't, but Wilson, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this could be good for Wilson, but I also agree with the Hines pick. You can have a little bit of both in this kind of situation.
Just want to say that the bookie loves the Thursday night game this week because it's 2 horses.
Yes, I was going to
throw that out there.
I assumed that the bookie. I was just going to ask him though, like which one. Would you take a Bronco or Colt?
That's a tough call.
That's a tough call. When it comes down to animals fighting,
yes,
that's tough.
Which one's easier to whisper to? That's what you have to know. Which one of these horses?
I could talk about this for a long time. I don't want to take you off your tangent. I just want to let you know the bookie loves this. 2 horses never happens.
All right. Well, we'll see.
You know who I love in this game too? Mo Alley Cox finally making his big resurgence.
Shock. You love Mo Cox. Thank you for that. Anyway.
Stupid. Dumbest joke I've ever heard.
But so now if we move on.
Let's please move on to the next
if we're doing
worst game.
Somewhat chronologically.
The London game. So I have a bet going on if Jerry wakes up in time to see the London game at all.
I can tell you the answer to that bet right now.
I know. Nobody's going to take me up on it.
The odds, you'd have to put up to win any money on that?
No, the odds are like minus 10,005.
I mean, that's why. I mean, they pick horrible games for London. I get it. because nobody cares and they don't really know what they're watching. So,
but again, you would think like the Packers, I guess you know they're gonna.
I mean, the Packers screwed me last week out of a big parlay because they didn't cover the 9.5.
They ended up winning for me because I just took the money line.
I know they won, but yeah, I mean, it was in my parlay. So
but it was still a little very close for comfort.
I don't see how the Giants have a chance if Daniel Jones doesn't play.
Or Tyrod Taylor.
I mean, Barkley's actually having a decent year. He's having a resurgence, but he can't.
No.
You got to assume the Packers are going to throw up 24 points. Right? They're starting to get in their rhythm together.
I mean, yeah, this is like Aaron Rodgers' like necessary game in order to have any semblance of a season.
Yes, exactly. He's got to win this game, right the strip, the team a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's my pick in that game. I like the Packers. I mean, it's 8
This
points.
is, again, like one, like, if you're doing like a single game, it's like Saquon Barkley.
And maybe Saquon Barkley and
Aaron Jones.
Maybe I don't know. It's a tough game. It's tough.
No,
travel
I mean,
to
but I
London,
think
playing
Saquon
football.
Barkley is like if you're playing this game. I mean,
my advice is to sleep through this game like I will do.
yeah, I agree. I will be.
Wake up and watch the highlights.
I'll probably end up waking up by accident and like betting.
I'm sure. By then.
I'll probably set something.
That's gonna happen.
No, but I do think if you're like making a lineup, if you don't have Saquon Barkley in it, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
and Lazard, I do like Lazard. Exactly what you said last season. He's starting to catch the ball more. He's not dropping it as much.
I mean, the guy gets open. It's a matter of him catching the ball.
Yeah.
But he's got to catch the ball.
And also that Dobbs kid.
He's got something going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rodgers likes throwing to him. So if that's always a plus. If you got a guy like a Hall of Famer like Rodgers who likes throwing to you, you're going to get 12 targets a game.
I guess you could take somebody like what's the guy's name? Slayton.
On Giants?
Well, because who else are they going to throw to? Galladay's out.
No, I don't think they have a chance this week. I think this might be like embarrassing for them.
Well, it's a London game, so it's embarrassing for everybody, including all of America. This is what we're showing. London.
That's true. We're showing them our best.
Yeah. You should be a football fan. Let me show
Yes,
you.
let me show you the two
how
worst
paint dries on a wall. I almost swallowed my tongue trying to.
Worst part is I don't even know what last week's London. I mean, I know it was the Vikings, but I didn't even see.
It was a dramatic because nobody cares.
I know that's what I mean. Like I don't even know what happened.
No, it was like a dramatic thing with like a field goal and but I am with you though. I did not care about that game. I heard Kamara was going to be. It's
just another slot for them to get another time frame in for another game. That's all it is. London. We don't give a fuck about London. It's just another game.
I mean, if they sent like the Chiefs and the Bills over there, then I'd be like, oh, you're taking this is like a real thing. But no, it's not. All right.
That also touches on my theory, though, that I won't get into right now. But I think the NFL should play a game every night. That way, every team gets 8 days rest in between games. You don't have this Thursday, Sunday thing. You got a game every night. You get 10 on Sunday like we normally have, and then every other night somebody else gets a rest, and you don't have these crazy Tua situations where somebody's playing with a concussion after 3 days.
Do you think the divorce rate would go up?
100%. 100%. Definitely. That would happen. Could it go up any higher?
You would be so broke. Oh, well, I guess baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least you have a few months off in a little bit.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
What do we got?
Steelers at Bills.
I mean,
I figured we just start right with like the game that is like if you're playing like a cash lineup or something that you don't care about ownership, like is predictably the game to target.
I don't know about that. Here's my thing about that.
Okay, all right.
Let me give you my logic behind this. Mm-hmm. So the Bills did not do anything explosive last week. What they score? 20-something points against
They were playing against the Ravens.
Ravens defense overrated.
Did you not see them again? No, you're so stupid, Jerry. But continue.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I don't think
what
it's
I'm saying
overrated.
is we play the Ravens twice a year. We know their defense. So whatever defense they were playing, we'll be able to do it because we could simulate it in practice. We've been playing them twice a year for 10 years. So that being said,
the Bills?
No, the Steelers have been playing the Ravens twice a year.
Right, but they're playing the Bills.
I know, but I'm saying when we play the Ravens, our practice defense, our practice squad knows how to play the same scheme that the Ravens are playing. We have to know this. We play them twice a year, and they're our division competitor. So I think seeing what they did to shut down the Bills, we already know that scheme.
But don't you think the Bills then also are a good enough team that they rework and like don't let anything like that ever happen again?
I've never met anybody from Buffalo smart enough to do that.
They're not from Buffalo, Jerry. They just play for Buffalo.
You don't know that. Anyway.
They're not all Pickens.
That's my thing. In this game, the one guy I do like, though, I like Singletary because Steelers stink against running backs. I mean, I've been watching the games.
I hate that you just breezed over my Pickens joke.
Oh, I didn't hear your Pickens joke.
I said they're not all Pickens because they're not from Buffalo and play for Buffalo. Like he's from Pittsburgh and plays for Pittsburgh. You suck.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, I do think so. I think Josh Allen as a quarterback makes a ton of sense. He's probably going to, but he's also going to be super highly owned. So you'd have to like really figure out how to differentiate. I personally like want to take some of his pass catchers. I want to take Singletary, and then, but on the reverse side, you have Pickens is 4,300. Do you take him this week?
Pickens, the receiver?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you take him.
Because Pickett.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's two different. It's a tough game. I mean, what it would be. Maybe his first start of his NFL career if he's playing. So, like, do you really want to take him against somebody that was in the AFC Championship game? I think they could score. The thing we have going for us is, as a Steeler fan, we always play Buffalo tight in Buffalo. Like, that's not 14 points is a lot.
But that was with Roethlisberger.
I know, but it doesn't matter who it's with. Even when it was with Cordell Stewart, we play them tough in Buffalo.
Right, but if it's Pickett, like, do you actually think that he's going to know how to play tough?
Yeah, well, toughness. He's from Pittsburgh. He knows how to be tough. The question is, can he make the throws? Can Najee Harris get out of his tent and start like running the ball or something like that? I mean, this guy's been horrible this year, Najee Harris. He's literally, look, we should get Le'Veon Bell back.
I will say, like, the Bills have gotten a little banged up throughout the first 4 weeks of the season. So if there was a time to play him, yeah. But do you think the 14-point spread is a little like?
I mean, I don't bet against my team normally, and I wouldn't lay 14. I might take Pittsburgh money line just as a goof.
I mean, it's like one of the highest scoring totals and one of the biggest spread. So, like, don't you think that bodes?
I mean, it was the highest scoring total last week for the Bills too, and it didn't make it even close.
But they were playing the Ravens. Okay. I think that was like a 3-point spread. Anyway, I just think Crowder being out, McKenzie being concussion protocol. Like, I love Diggs. I love Davis.
Firemouth. I go with Firemouth because that's, like I always, my theory on all these things, a new quarterback likes to throw to the security blanket, the tight end, 8 yards out, just throw it to him, especially if it's a PPR.
But don't you think Najee could also, like, fill that?
Yeah, I do. He could. He just hasn't impressed me this year, Najee. I don't know. He looks like he lost a step.
It looks like he got a house.
He looks like Ezekiel Elliott. See,
he bought a house.
He got soft. They took him off the streets, and now he's in a house, and now he's a pussy. We have to get that dude back in an alleyway in a bag on every Saturday night, and then we'll have a chance with him. That's what, if Tomlin had a brain, he'd make him sleep outside in the parking lot every night before the game, just no matter where he came from. But I don't know if that's gonna happen.
If I was gonna take a tight end from this game, I'd take Knox.
Anyway, if I was coaching, that's what I would do.
All right, let's talk about Chargers Browns.
This is a weird game. Like,
high total.
It's a high total, and the Browns are also. It's just a 3-point game. Granted, I know the Browns are home. They got a decent running back, but we're still talking about Bissett. We're still talking about the Cleveland Browns. You know what I mean? And the Chargers, what were they, 13-4 last year or something like that? I mean, they haven't. Chargers have been underperforming all year. So,
well, yeah. I mean,
Herbert's been hurt. I'm saying like he's recovering now. I see this game, which is weird because I don't like it because I think it's a Vegas trap when they give you a line like this. But like normally you would look at this and be like, the Chargers are going to blow them the hell out.
No, I don't. I disagree. I mean, did you watch them last week against the Jaguars?
I didn't watch.
No,
that game.
it was Houston.
I didn't watch
Houston.
That. I had Houston.
The Houston Texans.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it.
It was close.
I know.
I think I'm wearing my Brown sweatshirt next week with a Kareem Hunt pick.
To me that game is a weather pick.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
If it's raining, if they're getting remnants of this hurricane, if it's going to be wet and a little bit muddy.
The hurricane doesn't go. That's not how hurricanes work, Jerry. They don't go to Ohio.
They go wherever they have to go.
No, they don't. Hurricanes are cold. You don't know how weather works.
Everything bad goes to Hawaii, Ohio.
Ohio.
Oahu, Ohio.
You didn't even get the stock laugh. You got the genuine laugh.
You know, just don't mess with my theories here. If it's going to be a wet game, doesn't mean you have to have the hurricane. It could be raining there otherwise. But if it's a wet, muddy game in Cleveland, then that spread makes sense to me. But if it's going to be like a night like dry and everybody running around, I don't see that. I don't see how this works. So that to me is a weather game.
I just think Chargers defense isn't anything to be that afraid of, and I think Chubb and Hunt and Njoku have a real.
They do, and whatever you want to say about Bissett, he's getting better every week.
Well, you can only go up from the bottom.
I'm just saying, the guy, he only had I don't knock him.
Remember when he played on the Dolphins and got that touchdown last season?
I do. So I'm kind of staying away from that game. Like I said, if it's a weather game,
I'm not. It has a super high total. I'm definitely taking one of Chubb, Hunt, and Njoku. Okay. Did you see them against Dameon Pierce, your guy last year? Right. So I'm Dameon Pierce is a rookie.
I get it.
Come on. All right, fine. Anyway. Bears, Vikings.
Another line that's kind of creepy.
By a touchdown?
Who are the Bears? Why should the Bears be 7 points to anybody underdog?
No, I think the Bears should be relegated.
Relegated to the Big Ten.
Hey, but Mooney caught passes last week. Remember that?
No, I know, but I mean, let's face it. It's in Minnesota. It's going to be in a dome, which is only going to help the Vikings.
I think this is a Cook week.
I think this is a Vikings week as well, and I actually think it's like I always say, this is like your Rocky 3 week. It's back to basics. It's going to be like Adam Thielen. I see a big week for Adam Thielen.
I like that too. I'm not opposed to that.
I see a big week for Thielen.
What's their quarterback or a tight end that I always at Munds? Munds. All right. I feel like tight end Munds. I feel like tight end position I keep going to because it's such a confusing spot this week. But
yeah, there's a couple.
I just think I like the Thielen idea because I don't think they're going to need to throw the ball that much. You know what I mean? I think this is just a very easy.
They're not going to need to do it, but their passing game has been a little out of whack.
And also,
so
if you
Kirk
could practice
against another NFL team, no, but I'm saying
what I can do.
If you could be up 20-3, then you could practice. Then you could actually whip the ball around and try and get you guys in sync, which I think might happen in this game.
I feel like Kirk Cousins is the Ken doll quarterback. Look what I can do.
I mean, I'm an old school, and he reminds me of a guy that used to quarterback for the Chargers, Craig Wheelahan. If you don't remember, but the guy just looked nervous as shit every time he was getting the ball. Kirk Cousins, he could be up by 40 points, and he looks like he's about to fumble the ball. He never looks like he's comfortable with a football in his hand.
I don't think it's that he doesn't look comfortable. I feel like he's just he's like the nobody kid. He's just hey. He's always laughing off, yeah, whatever.
I mean,
he's now Tom Brady, that's for sure.
Look, I mean, no, he's happily married.
And for what?
And for what?
For what did you destroy your family? All right. I do like Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, like I said, Thielen in this game. Maybe I could see Cousins maybe in this game. I could see that maybe being a pick.
No, I'm not taking Cousins.
How about Cook? You like Cook?
I love Cook. That's who it is. It's Cook, Greens, Thielen.
Okay, I'm going to write those down.
Well, no, I mean, it's not, but yeah, it's up there.
All right.
So if I had to pick between
Between who?
Cook and Chubb.
Ooh, I take Cook, depending on the weather.
Depending on the weather.
In Cleveland, obviously in Minnesota.
And also my feelings.
Yeah, that weighs a lot into it.
Yeah, I know. That's how I ruined my life. I'll make a decision by the end of the show. All right. You want to move on? Or
yeah, sure. Let's go.
Wait. Vikings D I like a lot because Fields has I
like the Vikings D too.
Yeah, I mean,
how could you not? The Bears are literally horrible.
Well, yeah, and he gets sacked every play or turns over the ball, and he has 9 fumbles already.
Who is their backup is the question.
Such a good question.
That's a guy that's going to get some playing time soon.
Is our producer in charge of research, or should I do it?
No.
Yeah, I got you. What do you need?
A backup quarterback for the Bears. It's so unimportant that we can move on
No,
and
yeah,
circle
we can
back.
move on. I'm just curious, like, who this guy is, because he's probably, like, itching right now. He
He's
knows,
like, I could do it, I could
he
do it, I could
knows
do it,
he's
I could
getting
do it.
in there right now. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, there are times it feels look good. He is a good, he's got legs.
All
and,
right, 2022 Chicago Bears depth chart at quarterback, Justin Fields, and then Trevor Siemian.
Oh, that's right.
Travis Siemian from Denver.
P.S. I did pretty good.
That was great.
Pretty
coming
quick.
up with,
That was great.
I'm here for you guys.
Travis
Thank you.
Siemian, know,
Thanks, Dan.
You never know. There could be more upside with Travis Siemian.
I thought he was going to say, you never know, Dan could be good.
Good job, Dan.
They're sticking with Fields. Like, they paid a lot. All right. My ultimate, wow, this week decides a lot for me on how I view the Lions. It's Lions versus Patriots.
I mean, I'm taking the money line on the Lions every week, and every week they're winning, and then lose a game at the end of the game. It's becoming, not every week, but it's becoming like.
But for
heartbreaking.
DFS purposes, it is a scoring bonanza.
The crazy thing is, everybody stayed away. At least when I say
I took
everybody,
off the
I mean
first
me.
week.
No.
I took Geno Smith last week.
I'm saying with last week with all their receivers out, like it was like, who knows? And they still put up like 40 points.
Well, yeah.
So whatever it is they're doing, maybe this is the Jared Goff that
It's
the
that-
Rams drafted
maybe
that they
they're-
thought they were going to get. Seriously, like maybe he's coming into his own.
Are you saying maybe there's something in the water?
In Detroit? That's not nice. And yes.
I hate myself for saying
Yeah,
it.
it's horrible.
I couldn't help myself.
I know. But yeah, so maybe this is the Goff that like everybody thought he would be coming out of college. He didn't really get much of a shot with the Rams. He got a couple of years, and obviously they got Stafford. They won a Super Bowl. They made the right move.
No, he's like there as a scoring machine. They have no defense.
He's
And the
doing
thing is,
something right.
but they've been playing teams that also have no defense.
Yeah,
so
but you know
like
what? In the NFL, it doesn't matter. You put up over 35 points a week. You know what the funny part is?
without your 2-star players.
After week 2, I heard the stat. It was the first time since 1952 that Detroit put up over 35 points in 2 consecutive games. 1952. We're talking like 70-something years ago.
Guys, it's the Goff era.
So, I mean, look out. He's playing well. You got to give him a little credit.
Jamal
there.
Williams looked great.
The team looked good. I mean, their offense looks good.
Yeah.
They just clearly can't
It'll
stop
just be like against the Patriots. See, I think my picks in this game, if Swift is out, Jamal Williams is like,
A good pick.
you take him.
I'll give you that.
But if he's in, then there's not enough out. But I love Stevenson on the Patriots, and I would even double back it with Harris. But Stevenson is obviously a pass catching. But then you even have Bourne, who like had 1 rush for 50. Like he rushes for, but he's definitely like more of like.
My problem with this game
Yeah.
is the usual, and I don't know if it's wearing thin because I don't even know if it's true anymore, but they're going on the road to New England on a Belichick defense. I know their defense isn't great.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. But I'm not taking.
I'm not completely sold on it because no way Belichick's gonna let them run 40 points up on him. That's not gonna happen.
No, of course not. But I also think that that's why I'm going to the running backs for the Patriots. They're on their 3rd string quarterback. Like,
I'm taking
with your,
nobody from the Patriots. There's not a person on the Patriots I'm taking.
I think you're so stupid.
They might not even have their starting quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. So you take the running backs.
Yeah, but if everybody knows you're gonna run, it's a different story.
It's the Lions. They can't do anything about it. They literally can't do anything about it. Every team has scored equal or more points than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
right.
it's been tight games, and it's like I mean.
And a Lion could eat a Patriot. Right? If we go by the Chinese book.
Sure, or a Patriot could easily just
a
poach a lion. You know what I mean?
Very true.
So I don't know. I'm big on Ramondre Stevenson this week. He's also like in that mid-range price, which is nice, and he's $500 less than Harris, and Harris isn't a pass catcher.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm gonna kind of stay away from that game for the most part, though. Like as far as my picks are concerned.
I think you're so stupid because every week the winning lineup has just been whoever plays the Lions. It is the easiest DFS hack right now, and I think it holds another week.
So you think Zeppe or whatever the hell this guy is going to rack it up against Lions, whoever plays the Lions?
I don't think he's going to rack it up. I think that the running backs are going to have good games.
It lasts so long. They put 8 guys in the box, and then that doesn't happen. It's
You're out of your mind. All right, well,
all right, we'll see what happens. That's only time will tell, right?
every week so far, I have just done a stack of like whoever is playing the Lions, and then with the Lions if they're playing a dumb enough defense, and like it's been.
Gold.
I'm just saying.
All right. I'm not going to argue with you because we're going to find out.
We're gonna find out. I'm so right.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Seahawks, Saints. Oof. My favorite stat of the week, well, not my favorite, but Kamara is 6,600, which is the lowest price he's been since 2017.
I didn't even know he's still in the league. That was a joke. But, I mean, I haven't heard his name. He's not doing shit.
Well, he's kind of got a little, like, banged up and stuff.
Well.
You guys are going to love the graphics I've been putting on screen.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. I'm so excited to watch this show 70 times.
I've been working over here and shit. You guys are going to love it.
I can't wait to not see it.
All -6 people out there are fucking pumped.
Well, no, the Seahawks thing, okay, I get your Kamara thing. I mean, I don't really like anybody in this game. The only guy I would take is maybe DJ Metcalf. I had him last week, and he kicked ass for me. And the reality is, he knows the offense. Geno Smith knows the offense. And you're going to go to the guy you know where he's going to be. And it's clearly working. Got like 13 targets last week from Geno. So that's it. You know, when you're like a guy like Geno Smith, you got to know where that one guy is.
The Saints have a much better defense than Detroit does. I mean,
I'm sure, of course they do. I
right.
mean,
So, like, I think Metcalf gets shut down. He might have Lockett sometime. And then Penny, I love on the Seahawks. But, like, again, I don't know. Like, I think Penny is, like, my pick from the Seahawks.
But I'm saying the total in this game is 46. The total in the game you love is 46.5.
Right, but it's plus 5.5 for the Seahawks. So,
I get it, but I'm just saying.
It's not that I'm going to stack this game, but if I was going to take players from this game, I would take Kamara if he's healthy. If he's not, it would be Ingram, because the Seahawks, you just run around. Look at Jamal Williams last week, just like killing it.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. I get your logic here.
If Kamara is healthy, this is Kamara's, like, coming out of the season.
Oh, we'll see. Only time will tell on that one.
I mean,
I like Penny.
we always like Penny.
I know, and he's on my fantasy team, my keeper team.
Did you take him?
Well, I didn't put. Yeah, I had. What do you mean?
Last week?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I had Penny and Metcalf, and that was the only thing I had to good in my whole lineup. Literally, that was it. I had Mills from Houston. He sucked. Oh, and I had the other running back from Pierce. He did well for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had Diggs hurt me. I think Hawkinson. I forget who else I had, but I had some bad picks in there.
Hawkinson did.
No,
Hawkinson
then it
slaughtered.
wasn't
It
him.
was
Yeah.
not him. He got like 40 fantasy points.
Oh no,
I had him.
It was O.J. Howard.
Right. Because you did a Mills lineup. And you didn't take Brandon Cooks. How do
No.
you take? Okay.
No, I didn't.
Can you believe the spread on this next game of Dolphins at Jets -8? I mean, I understand it's Bridgewater and not Tua. And Zach Wilson looked halfway decent.
And it's a divisional game, and they always play each other tough. I mean, the spread is still 3 points, but I mean, I know what they're saying with the spread. They're basically saying that without Tua, Miami is Miami from 3 years ago. What's really the difference? They're still the shitty-ass Dolphins. Might as well have Tannehill in there. Like, without Tua, you're nobody. Like, yeah, I mean, and I'm not even a huge Tua fan, but he's obviously having a great year.
But what about with Hill and with Waddle?
Somebody's got to throw them the ball. Bridgewater, I
I
love Bridgewater. I want to see the guy do well because I think he's a good dude.
I mean, but don't you think like Bridgewater coming in after like witnessing what we all witnessed with Tua, like maybe.
Well, I think the good thing is he's getting like a solid 2 weeks of practice without.
Yeah.
He's getting all the first reps, so he should be, and he's he's a veteran, so he should be game ready. Like he shouldn't be horrible. He shouldn't be like like I don't know, like some loser like Mitch Trubisky or something like that. But like he should, I don't know. I mean,
I think the Dolphins do have a solid defense. I mean, look what they did to the Bills, to the Ravens. Like they've been pretty. I've the Patriots, obviously. Like I loved playing them against the Patriots.
My pick from this game is
Tyreek Hill.
Elijah Moore. If you remember correctly, towards the end of last year,
I don't disagree.
Him and Zach got a little thing going. Now obviously Zach's been out, and he was playing well. He played well, with the backup, with Flacco. But now that Zach's back, last week they started picking it up a little bit. I think this is Elijah Moore's week. Is he
the one who threw him the touchdown? No.
What do you mean? What touchdown?
Who threw Zach Wilson the touchdown last week?
Who threw? In the trick play?
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget. I mean, that's gonna happen again. But I think they have a little bit of connection that like resulting from last season, and I think they both know this is the future. Like obviously Flacco ain't thrown, and this guy once Zach Wilson's healthy, I could see that being a big game. I could see Elijah Moore having a big game there.
I just love that Bridgewater had Hill and Waddle, and I understand he's like been playing with like the practice squad and stuff, but it's like Kraft all of a sudden is just like the main target.
It's people. That's the way
Maybe
football works.
Gesicki will come back now.
That's the way football works. You practice with a certain amount of people, and then you know the guy you like throwing to, the guy that's supposed to be where he's supposed to be.
Sure, but you
I
have.
know, but that's the way it works. That's why you got to find these people's favorites.
Well, obviously he's one of them, but I also think he's going to learn how to like utilize Hill.
Yeah, just throw it as far as you can and let him catch it.
Right.
Yeah, I could do that.
And what Jet cornerback is going to follow him?
Darrelle Revis? No. Revis Island? Are they going back to Revis?
All right. I love this game. This is like another chalky stack, but I do love it. Falcons, Bucks.
This game.
Oh, wait. Just kidding.
Oh, wait. Pause.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Can you even believe it that this show has sponsors? I can't believe it, not even for a second. Hello, everybody out there tuned in, all negative, one of you, wherever you may be. Want to give a massive shout out right now to our friends at the American Bartenders School, located right here in New York City. Over 40 full certificates. You can get your bartender's license is what we're trying to say. Make sure you check them out. They just came on board. Proud supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. Back to you guys in studio. Nobody cares.
We sound like three people that need sponsors, but at different times.
Badly need sponsors. American Bartending School. Look them up.
Which kind of sponsor?
I don't know. You tell me. Let me have
myself. I hate it here. If only my grandma could see me now.
If they could. All right.
So, Falcons Bucks. That's a game we were about to get into, right?
Yes.
Here's the scary thing about this game for me.
What?
And I actually wrote down the stat, the roughly stat. So, the last two games last year, they play each other in the same division.
Right.
Brady, 9 TDs, over 650 passing.
But what happens in those
2 games? 9 TDs. He had 5 and 4. Like, that's crazy.
Right, but why do you think? Okay, do you not remember the Super Bowl?
I do, and that's my point.
Right, but it's a different quarterback, and his whole life is crumbling around him. What I do like about Tom Brady is that he's $6,000 for a premium quarterback playing against Atlanta, which still has the same awful defense, and like.
I mean, I like everything you're saying. I just think that sometimes people have a way against a certain team. Maybe he doesn't like Atlanta. I don't like Atlanta. A lot of people don't like Atlanta. And his life's not crumbling around him. He's getting a divorce. He's got $1 billion. So he'll be all right. Don't worry about it. He'll find a 22-year-old Giselle any day now. That's not going to be his problem. He's just it's crumbling because he can't get out of it.
Well, I don't know. Evans and Godwin are back. Cordell Patterson is hurt. They have Pitts, but also Tampa Bay's defense didn't like show out against the Chiefs, but they're still a very good defense.
And they have Evans back.
So I literally just said that.
And Godwin. Look out.
Scotty Miller was a healthy scratch.
Look out. Look out for this team. I don't know what it is. Like I said, you can't argue with these stats.
Who's the guy that Julio Jones is back?
He's back. I had him last week. He didn't really do too much.
Well, he just came
back.
Yeah,
I know. But I mean, I'm saying that they're not full strength yet, but they're pretty close.
And Gage.
They're pretty close to full strength right now. They're at home, recovering a hurricane. They got this shit team.
Well, they were at
in.
home last time too, and I think that's also like adds a little fire.
I think look out for this game.
I 100% agree.
Bucks. I think
the Bucks. Yeah.
We're gonna find out what Brady's made of this week. Like this should be his like.
This should be they should
beating your redheaded stepchild week.
This should be like they have 4 touchdowns in the third quarter, and he's like, I'm gonna throw 2 more.
Yeah, he should like literally get out all his frustration, all his anger against this team right now. So we'll see. We'll see what this is gonna be a big telling for both teams. We'll see if the Falcons have any chance of being decent, and we're gonna see if the Bucks are gonna be back in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl.
I don't think this should be the real test for the Falcons. I think that they have other teams that they can play to like have a more fair barometer.
Listen, they could lose this game 24-17, 31-24, and people will be like, all right, not a bad day, played well. But if they lose this game 44 to, like 13, it's over for them. You'll start to see people get fired.
I don't even know. Okay, yeah, I don't even like. Atlanta's kind of been off my radar.
I've been liking Mariota from a defense point, from a DFS point.
Oh my God, take a breath, Jerry.
Yes. I've been liking Mariota because he's also been one of my keepers on my team. And the guy, you know,
Well, that's
he
it, 'cause you have
runs,
a
he throws.
biased-
But I'm saying he's got you 20 points a week. He's not horrible.
We're not taking Mariota this week. But but I am taking Brady at 6,000 and differentiating elsewhere in my lineup because Fournette. I mean, if I don't take Brady for some reason, I take Fournette.
I don't know about Fournette. He disappointed me last time I took him.
Yeah, but this is a different game, Jerry.
I know, I get it, but like
And he also was coming off of an injury, and he also tweeted that he was going to give us some touchdowns, and I have faith. I take people at their word on Twitter.
I mean, if you're not obligated to follow through on your Twitter things.
I mean, you if you tweet it, it is so.
I'm on fire tonight.
If you do tweet it, you do have to do it. That is true. Just ask Trump. Oh, I'm sorry.
God damn you, Jerry. Oh, you see what I did? I took the Lord's name and that back-to-back whammies. Back to the show. If there was a boo button.
Like
man,
the
I'd
old
be
hockey
hitting
game,
it.
the boo button.
I should hit you with all the cabbage I have.
If you had a boo button, I would go to this game, the Titans at Commanders.
Right, I like that segue.
Derrick Henry's returned. Thank God. The only good thing about this game.
Yeah, I like Derrick Henry, and if I had to take,
I would take Curtis Samuel all day, too.
if Dotson's hurt,
If it wasn't Wentz quarterbacking, Curtis Samuel would be such an easy play against the Titans.
here's a crazy thing about what you said, though.
What?
Right now, from a DFS point of view,
Yes.
Carlton Wentz is a top 6 quarterback for the year.
What did I say?
No, I know. I hate him. He sucks. But I'm just saying, from a DFS point of view, the guy's putting up 24, 22, 23.
What did I say? Right, I've taken him.
I know, and I have it. And I'm not criticizing you. I'm just telling you in case you're not aware.
Oh, no, I'm aware.
In case you're not aware, Dotson's hurt,
Correct.
and I like McLaurin.
McLaurin is his clear number 2, and he gets literally half the targets as Curtis Samuel, and they're roughly like
No, but this is
same price.
when he has his time to shine.
What evidence would make you think that? Evidence, Jerry.
Because he has the most red zone targets on the team, McLaurin.
You just made that up right now.
I didn't make it up.
You definitely just made that up.
I didn't make it up. I'm telling you, that's true. Check it out. Look it up. Believe me, it's true.
Check it
Don't
out.
get your phone. Shut up. Put your phone down. Don't look it up.
You can't give people you can't be fake news about it, Jerry.
I'm not fake news in it. I'm telling you, I read that.
Well, because you know who actually has the most is like Gibson and shit.
Am I looking something up over
No.
here? Or I'm not looking at
Yeah.
anything. Am I
Yeah.
fact-checking something?
Look up who has the most red zone targets on the Commanders this season.
That's in the NFL, too, in case you're wondering. Commanders.
Right? It does sound like a high school football team. C-O-M.
That's why you're never a good cheerleader, huh? That spelling always got you.
Why? That and I couldn't like touch my toe. I can't do like, you know, backflip. But I was like, actually was a cheerleader for a season because I was tall enough that when they went up in those stunts, if somebody fell, I could just pop them back up. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't love basketball. And they're like, hey, can you help get us this? And they're like, yeah, I can reach that.
There you go. You made yourself useful.
We definitely don't make enough money to have back-end access to unlock the little lock thing that says, see how many red zone targets they've had.
I don't even know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you asked me to check up red zone targets.
Oh, okay.
They,
You guys have already forgotten what I'm looking up.
No.
Most red zone targets on
I don't remember,
Washington for
I don't remember
receivers.
Yeah.
bringing up back-end access.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
Google won't just tell you.
Google won't just tell me. I would have to dig deep and
Yeah,
do
don't
a
worry about it.
Moneyball archive.
Just
in
take my
head.
word on it.
Who scored the most touchdowns on the
I
Commanders
never
this season?
make up stats.
Oh, well, that's an easy question.
I didn't ask. That doesn't mean that does not the answer to the question.
But if they get targeted and they're not catching it, then I guess it would maybe be like. And also, I think it's Gibson.
Okay. All right. Let's.
Curtis Samuel is.
Let's
If
get
you're
off
gonna
that.
take one of these guys, which I wouldn't recommend taking anybody from this game except Derrick Henry, maybe. But if you were going to do something crazy, Curtis Samuel or McLaurin, but in that price range, there are
There are better
plethora.
options.
There's so many other options.
But Tennessee's defense is pretty bad.
I don't disagree, but they're not Diggs and Josh Allen.
No,
They're
I know.
Not, you know what I mean?
get
Like,
it. I get it. But he's got to throw to somebody.
Sure.
Or
Can't.
Or he could just not throw, get sacked, and not make the playoffs because he couldn't beat Jacksonville and scored 3 field goals. But, that's Carlton Wentz.
They're playing at home.
I know. Let's get off that game because that game sucks anyway.
Texans, Jaguars.
I mean, I've been riding the Texans, and they keep upsetting me because they're winning every game until the end, and they find a way to lose it.
So believe it or not, in ownership, Trevor Lawrence is second with Tom Brady, which makes sense because it's a $400 difference. But it's just interesting. Like, how did Trevor Lawrence and Tom Brady become like?
I don't know. They must have both played the same shitty team at one point because, I mean, Trevor Lawrence.
He looked great last week, even though they lost.
I know he does look good, but he's still,
And Kirk is like very good, and I like Evan Ingram this week. And James Robinson, they're utilizing him.
Like as far as betting on the game, I don't have that kind of confidence in the Jags yet, only because like he looks like he panicked still. He fumbled in the fourth quarter in the pocket. But like from a DFS point of view, I mean, yeah, it's not a horrible pick. He's going to throw the ball. He's got a great
playing against
arm.
the Texans.
I know. That's what I mean. So it's not a bad pick. I'm not going to go against Pretty Boy over there.
I don't think I would bet on this game. I'm a little like,
I'm taking the Texans.
Of course you are, because they're underdogs.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I think they're due. They are due. Come on. It's only a matter of time.
Why? Because it's
they've been so close every week. They're like right in the game and they blow it somehow.
Dude, but Jaguars defense, like, have you watched it? Like, they've actually gotten, like, Jaguars is actually a good team.
They're not a bad team. I'm with you on
Jaguars is my Bengals of this season.
They're better than a lot of other teams in the NFL right now.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. They're better than Denver, that's for sure.
And the Colts. I just horsed.
That's also like, what is it? Like 43 points. So it's not bad.
No, I don't think it's like, you would definitely like go, it's, I don't know. I just think I like them. I want to like watch this game. I'm curious about it. What, Dan, were you going to say something?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't have shit. You guys do a great job.
Yeah, thanks.
What website were you looking at to try to find stats?
I was...
Were you just searching an Excel spreadsheet?
I was going to say he's got an Excel spreadsheet over there that
it's funny. You guys talk about like
that Freddie keeps track of.
You guys
this
talk
is how many
about
laps
like
around a go-kart
wanting
track.
to microdose on shrooms, and I quickly typed in like who has the most touchdowns for the Commanders this year.
Talk about
and
it.
in
What do you mean?
bold letters, Jerry Rice popped up on my screen. I was like, oh my god, what have I done?
What are you using, Yahoo?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It says Ash Jeeves. It says Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes,
right.
it's a
23
Lions.
catches.
But that's a Lion.
That's a Lion.
Don't
So,
forget, drop it. You're not going to find the stat. You're not going to find the
so
stat. So let's move on to the other game.
I could help you.
It's okay. I mean, I'm pretty confident in what I said, and that's why I appreciate nobody looking it up. Then we'll never know.
I gotta make a bet on my.
Oh my God! Shut
Okay.
up! Stop. So now the next game on the list here is the Niners and the Panthers.
I'll never get what you're looking for.
Nah, don't worry about it then.
Deebo Samuel. Oh my God, this is the craziest thing of this week, and this is why I got so fixated on tight ends, because I was like, what kind of trapdoors are all over the slate? Kittle is the most expensive tight end on the slate.
Really?
And he's a blocker.
Well, he's not a blocker. He's
No, but he
was like their leading receiver a couple years ago.
Well,
for a tight end, I'm saying yardage.
well, so either this week
he's been out. He missed the first 2 weeks.
I understand. It just
And they started throwing to him last week.
Deebo Samuel, Wilson Jr.
I thought Ayuk was going to be better than he
Ayuk
is too.
is still,
And
but
he's
Ayuk
with
at
Jimmy
least got,
G,
Ayuk at least got like actual targets. He got into like a little kerfuffle with Ramsey, and I think that kind of like was like, ugh. And Ramsey's also shadowing him, so like that's like a lot. But like
you got to give these breakdowns live on national TV. Breaking news: this just happened in the game. He was like, and I was like, Anyway, I don't know if it's gonna work out for him.
You heard it here first from Kate Herman.
No, but you're right though. But Ayuk had targets. Kittle had 3 targets and caught 2, and the one that he didn't catch was like the touchdown that we all needed.
Yeah, I know, I get it,
But it's like he had 3 targets.
But there's a reason why he's the most expensive. It's just like anything else in Vegas.
What, like something we don't know?
Maybe the Panthers have the worst defense against tight ends. There's a reason why he's that expensive.
First of all,
What's the most expensive thing in Vegas you could think of?
Most expensive thing?
Yeah.
in Vegas, like, what do you mean?
Like, just
hooker?
if
Like,
you
what do
were
you
in
mean?
Vegas,
Oh.
what is the most expensive thing that's going
Like a
to
giant, like
going
a
to
penthouse
Vegas.
hotel.
just
Okay.
being in Vegas in general.
Yes.
So owning a football team out there must be the worst thing in the world.
$2,000 surcharge to be in Vegas
Well,
a night.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Because not to bring up. Never mind.
My friend's out there this
Yeah,
weekend.
I know, but it must just suck in general. There's got to be a lot of.
Well, yeah, there's like a lot of lawsuits and
Notre
problems.
Notre Dame's playing there Saturday night at that field, at the Raiders field.
Well, now we're talking.
Yeah,
We can get action on that too.
And those tickets are more expensive than the Raider tickets for Monday night.
People need to follow Unforced Errors if they want to know who they should bet on.
Yes.
For that Notre Dame game this weekend on Instagram
And where they're playing.
and where they're playing. Locational stats. Back to you.
I got that down to science.
I just don't think this is going to be a close game. I think that Baker Mayfield will always be Baker Mayfield from the like Halloween Nacho Geico commercial.
He's such a loser.
Such a
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna
mean-
and also like look at how much like Stafford got sacked. You know what I mean? Like
He was at
he's just gonna be like he got sacked so many times last week too. Dude, he's not gonna be able to get the ball. Honestly, like 49ers is probably a really expensive defense and they should be. And if they're not, then like that's like the easiest thing. But they will be. It's like one of the lowest score projected games.
that game. I watched last week. I was watching the golf tournament, and it was down there. And Mayfield was at the tournament on Saturday, and they interviewed him, and like he couldn't have said like the dorky, like everything he said just screamed loser. Instead of being like, yeah, we have a good team, he's like, yeah, the community really welcomed me here, and everybody seems to like. It's like he's such a loser.
Is that a dig to Cam Newton
I forgot all about Cam
or
Newton.
Sam Darnold? I guess, but
Darnold. No, I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that he's on that low on the totem pole, but he's a loser.
and I don't trust McCaffrey at all against this defense.
No, he's gonna get hurt. I think we're both pretty much agreeing to, for the most
Stick
part,
away,
stay
yeah,
away from this game.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Cowboys Rams.
I'm very excited for this game. Not so much like
I worry about this game.
I do too. I think this could be like a very sneaky game.
I worry for different reasons because you know me, I'm a wacko and I think about things differently.
I think this is Allen Robinson's big game.
I think there's a part of the Dallas Cowboy organization that doesn't want to see Cooper Rush succeed because then they're fucked. Because then it's like, why did we give Dak all this money and now this guy's kicking ass? So that might, considering how much of a maniacal egomaniac Jerry Jones is, will that trickle down into the play calling? Will it be like, hey,
That's such a conspiracy theory.
I'm just
like
saying.
that is the wildest football take I've ever heard. I think
it
like
happens.
I don't doubt it, but it's so sad. It's just like the
It's sad that
saddest.
Jerry Jones is that kind of a loser where he might do that.
Is he like? Would he want?
Or can he just suck up the money and just be like, you know what,
But
Cooper Rush,
also,
our
like,
quarterback.
is Dak coming back? Will you look up when Dak's supposed to come
He
back?
said he may come back this week, but they
Yeah.
don't think so. It's probably going to be the week after this.
Well, because he really hurt his thumb.
Well, I mean, this guy's 3-0, and he's panicking right now. Dak's like, I don't have a job. So
Well, yeah.
now
Well,
he's-
maybe you shouldn't have left in the first game for
Yeah.
like a fake thumb injury.
I do.
I
Like,
still don't believe that he hurt his thumb.
probably not. I agree with you.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like CeeDee Lamb.
Well, why would you like CeeDee Lamb if you don't like Cooper Rush to succeed?
No, I'm saying if everything's on the up and up, straight and narrow,
Yeah.
and they stick to it,
Yeah.
I could see the Cowboys doing decently.
And Gallup is always like a fun guy.
Yeah, but CeeDee Lamb, well, for whatever reason, him and Rush are boom boom. They're hooking up like crazy.
Schultz had just come back from an injury, so he kind of like wasn't doing anything. But I can also see, against the Rams, I like Schultz.
Well, you were saying you like Higbee.
Well, yeah. Well, on the Rams, I like Higbee.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I think that they're going to have to utilize Higbee again. But I also think that they're really... See, here's what I think it was the Cowboys last year did this when they played the Rams, was that they literally just gave them Cooper Kupp and defended everybody else. So, like, he was the only option.
Yes.
And so, like, at a certain point, like, it failed. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing about, especially when you're talking about DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
If you take Cooper Kupp, he's going to get 8 receptions to 10, just minimum. So
Yeah.
that's 8 points. If he gets 50 yards, that's another 5.
Right, but he's $10,000,
I
Jerry.
know.
So
I'm
he
just
needs
saying,
to
though,
get...
like, he
if
has
he
to get
doesn't
over
hit...
20 points to be actually worth his value.
Well, really, he has to be over 30 points because
Yeah.
he's now a fifth of your entire...
No, I know. You're right.
Yeah.
He has to get a lot of... He has to get like 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. And, it's not that easy.
And in this point in the season, somebody getting, like, look at Hawkinson last week getting 40 points. Like, 30 points isn't slate breaking when you're paying $10,000 for somebody.
And you know who's going to be covering Kupp? Your brother-in-law.
I don't think he's going. I think he's going to.
Diggs is going to definitely be covering him.
I think he's going to be covering like Robinson, like everybody
way.
else. Skowronek.
I mean, I would think they're going to have him.
I can't say that. I mean, Kupp is definitely, if you have the money and you can fit him into your lineup, like if you're taking like a Zach Wilson lineup or if you're taking like a Trevor Lawrence lineup, then you have the money to like spend up. But like if you want to spend up for Kupp against the Dallas defense, I mean, not my favorite play, but I'm not going to tell anybody don't. You'll probably get like at least 17 to 20 points.
Well, my thing with Kupp is,
but that's not going to be enough for me for it to spend a lot of money.
It's hard to take Kupp unless you like, you know, stack him with like a Stafford. Like, you know, because if you're going to take Kupp, you're shooting for 100 yards, a touchdown at least, you know, whatever. So in that respect, you almost have to take
I
the
don't think
quarterback.
he can be a one-off just because he scores so much.
If you have the money for a one-off, yeah. But like,
that's what I'm saying. Like if you end up like you do every week with $8,000 extra, then yeah, you should probably take Kupp.
Is that real money? Because I'd like to find it if it's true. I don't know where I'm leaving it over.
I mean, I do want to say like it's somebody. Well, I think Skowronek.
Yeah, when you could pronounce his name,
however you say
it, then maybe you could take him. I actually hit on my bet with him last week for his over yardage.
I told you to take that.
Yeah.
You're so mad about that.
Let's go move on.
Eagles at it's a good. All right.
No, I know it's a good game, but you know we got to move on a little bit.
No, but the bet was good. Eagles at Cardinals.
This is a weird game.
It is a weird game, and I like it. Everybody's taking Hurts. I kind of like taking Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray is just he's literally like a coin toss to me.
But he can like run now.
Yeah, but like he's still.
And Slay might be a little bit banged up, which means that he could like AJ Brown is still an elite receiver. $3,000 less than Kupp. Goddard, not a bad tight end.
Kyler Murray should have to wear a GoPro all week so we see if he's studying or not. So we could see if he's
I want to live stream from his classroom.
I want to see him sitting in there.
He's 10 minutes late.
Somebody on the chalkboard.
Detention.
I mean, Kurt Warner or somebody like drawing up shit for him. And I want to make sure that he's doing his stuff. He looks so good sometimes and he looks so bad sometimes. My pick from this is Ertz.
Mine would be Goddard. See, I would take.
And I like both tight ends from this game. I like both.
Yeah,
of them.
I like both tight ends.
I like Goddard, and you know what? Miles Sanders looked good last week. Mm-hmm. He looked like a rejuvenated Miles Sanders.
It is always tough for me to take somebody like Miles Sanders. Because they do use two other running backs with him, and Hurts is a runner.
Hey Dan, you're not an Eagle fan, are you? We gotta find an Eagle fan. You would think Miles Sanders, like his
what
nickname.
About James?
You think his nickname would be Colonel Sanders, right? Like.
I don't know, Jerry.
No.
I can't make up people's nicknames.
I just want to know what his nickname is. It should be Colonel Sanders. But anyway, I like Colonel Sanders.
Oh, my God. Okay.
He's not my nickname for him. I like Sanders.
I mean, Goddard is highly targeted. This game has a super high total. I'm obviously, like, going to target this game in a few lineups. And, like, I just think A.J. Brown is, like, my go-to.
The Eagles look really good.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's...
Oh, Dortch. I always love Dortch. Even though Rondale Moore is back, I still like Dortch. Marquise Brown looked fantastic last week.
He did.
But I think that if Darius Slay is healthy, I just think Marquise Brown is easy to shut down. And I think it's going to be either Ertz or Dortch.
You know who's getting lost in this shuffle? And not for a bad reason.
Connor?
Yeah, Connor.
Like, well, he's
not doing much.
Connor hasn't been doing much. And also, like... Kyler Murray's got his legs back. You know what I mean? Like he's been running himself.
Well, he has to. If he can't run,
sometimes he's not tall enough to throw it over.
Well, that's what I mean. if he's not running around, he becomes Doug Flutie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's useless. He has to be able to run around and create lanes to throw the ball. But he's starting to show that.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I'm willing to for the money to put it on him right off the bat. Against the Eagles. Eagles are a pretty good defense. I mean, as weird as it sounds, they got a good defense. So I don't know if I'm willing to take that bet on Murray yet. Once again, this is another one of those games like I was talking about, Bucs-Falcons. This game, same thing. Both teams, we're going to see what each team is made of. That doesn't mean one wins, lose, they're out of it. But if this is a tight game and they play well, we'll see both these teams in the playoffs. One of them, though, gets blown out. That's it for the year for them.
I just think that this is like a very good game to target for DFS.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. And it's also it's a late game too, right?
Well, it's in the afternoon.
Yeah, so at least then you have some hope. You don't have to like.
Yes.
That's the way I look at it.
Or yeah.
Chips on the table.
Or you could use the 1 o'clock games to get like 240 points. But
could try.
Yeah.
And you know I will.
You'll have this in your afternoon lineup though for sure.
I'll put these all in on Saturday. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
Sunday night football. I actually do like the primetime games this week. We got Bengals Ravens.
This is a good game.
Good.
It's a really good game. And once again, a weird spread there. I mean, I get it because the Ravens, but 3 points for the Bengals. The Bengals have been hot lately.
They got their groove back.
He's hot. He's throwing the ball. I mean, the Ravens' passing defense is not great. They didn't have a horrible week against Buffalo, but they're not like unbelievable. They're still giving up like I think the third most fantasy points in the league.
I mean, they shut Diggs down, so I'm like a little nervous about Chase, but I agree
with you on that. That's
but Boyd has been getting very involved.
I like Boyd and Higgins. What I was going to say. I like the two, and maybe a little mixing in there. Mix in a little mixing. And those might be the people. Those are my three. And I actually kind of like Burrow too. Like, once again, same thing. Teams that play each other a lot.
But if you're going to pick a quarterback, I mean, Burrow got, 12. I think that Lamar Jackson is and will always be the Ravens' offense first and foremost. And Duvernay looked good. I still like Bateman, even though he wasn't as involved. And obviously, Mark Andrews stands to be a top contender for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. No, I mean, this should be a good game.
I'm not taking you the defense this time. Like, I actually do think, like, they both hold on to the ball. They don't get intercepted as much. Oh, that's not.
Yeah, it's not really that true.
Yeah, Burrow does kind of.
I mean, and it's.
I don't know. This I think is going to be a high scoring game though. Like I
think that number they have 48 and
we
a half
have
is
not
right on
had
it.
we had one exciting close primetime game yet this season.
When you say prime time, you mean like Monday, Sunday night? Or
Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, Sunday, Monday night.
No.
Like Bills Titans was fun to watch, but it wasn't close. It wasn't
Chiefs
exciting.
game was close.
With Tampa Bay?
Maybe, I don't know. A couple weeks ago, I remember.
It wasn't. It was like you wanted Tom Brady to not suck. It's like that game, as far as I remember.
Nah, I missed the last 10 minutes. I was talking to somebody at the bar, so I didn't really see how it ended. But it was tight.
That's because if it was, maybe you wouldn't have been.
I was focused on something else.
Well, yeah, but if it was at all good, you probably would have like.
Thank you. What else we got? What other game did we cover them all?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Oh, because
you're talking about Monday Night Football now.
Yeah. I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire against the Raiders a lot.
I like Josh Jacobs.
Of course you do.
He looks rejuvenated. He's fucking killing it right now.
Yeah, he's good, but so are a lot of other people.
My problem with the Raiders is they can't win. It doesn't matter in DFS, but like they just can't win. They whatever it is. No,
they seem like too like fratty. You know what I mean? Like they're just like having a good time.
Kind of like wussy-ish too. Like when the game lost 2 weeks ago, like they were up and they just sat on the ball and it's like okay, like what are you doing? This is NFL. Anybody could score 20 points and a half. Like you're up by 20 points, you think you could just sit on the ball?
Yeah, I will say like Devontae Adams does not look as good as he did with Aaron Rodgers.
No, he never will. I mean that's you can't replicate that. I mean maybe in 2 years, but listen.
They have history.
Carr's not Aaron Rodgers, though. I know they have history. Yeah. They're not the same person.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to have somebody putting the ball where Aaron Rodgers perfectly puts it every time. It's not going to happen. But, yeah, I mean, I like Jacobs in that game. Obviously, Kelsey, everybody always likes
Yeah.
I actually, if you're going to take, like, Chiefs-wise, I kind of like Hardman.
I like Juju Smith-Schuster a lot.
I had him last week. And
he's getting targeted, and I do like MVS. And
they have so many receivers. That's the problem. It's like they spread the ball out so much.
Because first and foremost, you have Mahomes, but I do think like this is going to be a game for throwing, and obviously Kelsey has like a lion's share of the targets.
Well, I'm saying it's Kelsey, MVS, Hardman,
Juju.
Juju.
But it clearly went Kelsey, Juju, MVS, Hardman.
Yeah.
And like you can see.
And then he throws to Helaire too, and like it's.
Right.
I'm saying it's hard.
But you could say the same thing for the.
No, I know, but they're going to score 30 points, but you just don't know if one of them is going to dominate. He might throw 4 touchdowns.
But if he throws, if you're scoring 30 points on a team, then take whoever fits in and like as many of them as possible.
No,
it's a slate. But when you're
Well, this is also Monday night, so it's going to be the one game.
exactly what I'm saying. So like on a single game slate, like get us like that there's going to be a share, but also on the Raiders you can't say as much. Like Zay Jones was out, but then you have like wait, Zay Jones still on the who am I thinking of?
I don't know who you're talking about.
On the Raiders. No, he was on the Jaguars.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, well whatever. But you still have like it if you
Waller?
no, Waller's a tight end.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say that's who gets the most. You got Waller, Renfro, Devontae Adams.
But Adams didn't even get
Josh
that.
Jacobs. I'm saying those are the 4 major offensive people on the team.
Sure, but like Adams didn't get really like enough targets to justify his
Because
salary.
people are going to cover him. That's why you got to like look a little deeper. You got to peel the lemon back.
Right, which is I'm saying is the opposite when it comes to the Chiefs, where like they're actually, capable of completing passes.
No, I gotcha. I know we're almost finishing our game, so that's why I want to make sure I get my bet in there. Which, has been like, literally, if people are listening to my bets, they're loving me in the third quarter, and then they're suffering the same agony I'm doing. I've been literally 4 for 4 almost every week. Every week.
So maybe the moral of the story is like listen to Jerry and then
First
tweak
half
it,
line?
and then tweak it.
First
Yeah,
half
first
line?
half, first half. Yeah.
Maybe. But here's my bet. Here's what I like this week as far as my typical parlay, $100, 4 teams, and then $25 in 4. So it's a $200 bet. I like the Vikings laying 7, the Titans laying 2.5, the Niners laying the 6.5, and the Bengals money line plus 144. The whole bet will end up, when you win, paying you about $2,800. $2,400, excuse me. It's not bad. Not a bad bet.
I actually don't hate the bet.
It's not a bad bet. Vikings, Titans, Niners, take the spread. Usually I take all money line dogs. The only dog I'm taking is the Bengals plus the 144. So my juice is a little bit down. Usually $100 gets you like $3,500. It's only going to get you $2,000. But sometimes you just got to take a break. And
No Jets in there.
no, I don't have the Jets in there.
Okay.
Listen, I don't root against the Jets. I just don't like betting on them because it just compounds my heartache. And
People that
stress.
live in the tri-state area know not to ever parlay with the Giants and Jets no matter what. And then whenever you do, your wife or husband can't talk to you for 48 hours.
That's exactly.
And it's like, well, why did you do it? I told you not to do it.
It's like 4:01. I'm going for a walk.
The bookie always takes your money, too. He never goes, oh, yeah, you want that parlay? He always takes it.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Kate, you're more known for less parlay and long shot bets and more just straight DFS action. If you had to give,
But our players?
yeah,
love a player.
your players for the week.
Love players. All right. Ramondre Stevenson or Najee and Harris, not Najee Harris, the other Harris on the Patriots. I would almost double stack Patriots running backs this
I
week.
can't believe it.
With Zappy, who's he going to throw to? Anyway, Ramondre Stevenson, though, I'm planting my flag. And I also,
I'm glad this is all on tape.
yeah, I wish that I filmed you losing every week.
I think you do.
I think I do too.
Honestly, I can't wait for this Sunday, though, to see Jerry possibly eat shit when the New England running backs go off. And he's saying, don't take New England no matter what. Stay away from their players.
Yeah.
I might even find the wide receiver and do a Zappy stack. Who knows?
You know what? This could be the most salty, punishing DFS ever of all time.
I'm absolutely going to make that lineup and play that lineup, just probably not with.
Out of spite?
Of course.
What else? What other reason?
If my second half bet comes in, I'll have extra.
Yeah. You never know. You never know. But yeah, this is going to be a good week.
I only did that.
What else do you do? What are you talking about?
I only did one pick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, let's hear your picks. No, you said the running backs from New England.
Yeah, Fournette.
That's not New England. But
No,
right.
I'm doing my second one.
Okay, all right.
I like Fournette. I think he's going to be chalky, but I like him. And, and if you want to stack that with Brady, you won't be the only one, that's for sure. But I don't think it's a losing probability. And then Kyler Murray, though, is like my QB pick. And then anybody but Kittle for tight end. Don't fall for the trap. He's not that good.
Goddard, Ertz.
I actually do like Hawkinson again this week, but Goddard I like Goddard Ertz a lot. Who's the other one that I like?
I love it.
Higbee, duh.
There it is.
Higbee.
There we go.
And Schultz if he's healthy.
I don't see how anybody could go wrong if they just listen to this.
I feel like you know all of the information exactly just enough that you
Definitely
can make informed decisions.
Bet with caution.
Let
Mainly
us know
Jerry's bets.
That's what my boss tells me at work. Just enough to show up and get paid. No, I'm just kidding.
Let us know who you're taking so we can remember who we should take.
I mean, I told you my picks. I mean, if you, I'll give you-
Kamara if he's healthy.
as far as the quick run through of people I like, I mean, I like.
Nobody asked for your
I tell
picks. You did the
I like
bets.
Thielen. I like Cook. I like Penny. I like Elijah Moore.
I like Cook and Thielen too.
I like McLaurin.
I don't like McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. If you're gonna, don't take either one of
I
them.
like
Take somebody
CD
else.
Lamb.
What was it?
CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as far as the quarterback's concerned, I'm going to say something crazy here. Might be a Tannehill day.
You don't take Dano.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having technical
not
difficulties,
take
and we're going to have to pull the plug on this. Yeah, Jerry, you know, you were doing so well with your only underdog being the Bengals. And you're like, hey,
Everybody's
you know what? I've been microdosing lately. Take Tannehill. Closing thoughts before we wrap it up. This has been a fantastic show.
Dan, thank you so much. Big shout out to Dan and Nobody Cares Sports for letting us come in and talk for an hour.
Yeah, nobody
appreciate
cares.
it.
Best, most professional set I've ever worked on.
As I say, like and subscribe.
believe that.
As always. That says a
I knew
lot.
you were gonna say
I think that she does
You
more
ever been on a
than-
porn set?
I thought
No,
you were
I'm
gonna say. I thought you were gonna say something stupid, and you did.
I thought you were going to say
What was the
something
line on that,
stupid, Jerry? Damn it,
Idiot.
Jerry. So stupid. Oh, anyway, we want to give a big shout out tonight to the proud new supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network, our friends at American Bartending School, located right here in New York City. American Bartender School, you've seen them in the Daily News, the New York Post, Time Out, New York. Tremendous. Follow them on social media. They are jumping on board absolutely for the next few weeks, possibly months. And, of course, we want to give – they'll be out of here in no time. They will not be a sponsor for more than 3 days. But a big shout-out to them, absolutely. Live Solar, been with us since the jump. Live Solar still with us. So people have been putting solar panels on their roof as a result
You
of
gotta
Nobody
do
Cares
that.
Sports, right?
You got to do that.
Sustainable energy, that's the future.
Why don't we
So
get some of the bartenders, students, to come over here and serve us drinks while we're doing
what
it?
we're thinking is, yes, we're actually going to have certified bartenders come down to make you craft cocktails on the air next time. That's exactly how it's going to work.
Perfect.
Bring dry ice.
We also got to give a shout out to Synergy Merchant Processing Company, the best POS systems for local businesses here in Staten Island and the New York City area. Jumped on board with us. Nobody cares. And Seppi Pizza tonight. We had their pizza. Shout them out.
That was really
Yes.
good.
I want to do a Zappy lineup for Seppi Pizza.
I mean, the pizza's good, and I saved myself a slice that I'm going to go eat as soon as we get off this show.
Pizza tonight was absolutely unbelievable. Pep in your
Delish.
step. Make sure you try it.
Yes.
The best.
Yes, that was really
like,
good.
Actually, the best.
Yeah.
No
Actually-
reason to. Not that I don't love the cruise.
Yeah, the
But-
free cruise to
Yeah,
Staten
the free
Island
cruise
is good.
and the Seppi Pizza.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, as always, this has been another tremendous episode of the Unforced Errors podcast. All your daily fantasy sports and sports betting needs by Jerry McKenna, Kate Herman. I'm Danny Chanod, the producer. Nobody cares. Until next time, guess what, folks? We're back next week, Wednesday, Unforced Errors, 8:30. Tune in.
Good job, Aaron Judge, too. Let me just get that out of the way.
Great
oh, yeah.
job.
Congratulations, Aaron Judge.
Nobody cares. Great
He's
stuff.
going to see it. He's going to see it.
He'll see it. He won't see it. Good night, everybody.
Take it easy.